Hi guys, it's Jen and I'm here with my book haul for the month of May. I have already filmed this video, but my microphone wasn't working, so there's no audio. So, I just have to do it again, and I'm not very happy about it, but it is what it is. So the first book, I'm going to probably do this really quickly because I've already done it once and I don't want to keep doing this over and over again. So the first book that I got in the month of May was A Court, Frost and Starlight by Sarah J. Maas. This is the novella that takes place in between A Court of Wings and Ruin and the next book in the series, which is I don't know what, but I am really looking forward to that. I thought this was good for what it was. I really enjoyed it, but because I've already read this, but wasn't really needed. But I'm glad it's there because I needed some Sarah J. Maas because I am trash. The next book that I got is War Storm by Victoria Aveyard. This is the final book in the Red Queen quartet. I cannot wait to read this. I love Maven. I don't know why, but I love him and I don't like Cal, and I cannot wait to see how this goes because it's just, the end of a series and I've been reading it for so long and I love it and I just can't wait. And this book is so huge and it was amazing when I opened this and saw how big it was because I didn't look at the page count on Goodreads and I can't wait to read it. So hopefully I will be reading this one soon and I can't wait. Not really going into details on it because it is the final book in the series, And if you don't know what Red Queen is, you're missing out and you should check that out. The next book that I got is one that I picked up for my book club's read in the month of June. So I just picked this up at the end of May, and that was Skye the Deep by Adrienne Young. This is a fantasy mixed with like Viking themes, and it just sounds so good. And like I said, it is my book club read for the month of June. I'm not sure if I would have picked this up if it wasn't, even though I was really interested in it. It's just I'm interested in a lot of books right now, and some of those I want more than this because they're like series that I'm invested in. But the girl who picked this has already read it. She already finished it and she loved it. So hopefully I will too. I'm really looking forward to it. The next book that I picked up is The Burning Maze by Rick Riordan. It's the third book in the Trials of Apollo series that he's written. And I thought this was the last book, but it's not. And that was kind of disappointing, but also not disappointing at the same time because I was like, oh, yay, there's going to be more because I love Apollo as a character. I don't like Meg, who's the other main character, but I love Apollo, so, I mean, he makes up for it a little bit. But, yeah, I've already read this and enjoyed it, and I'll talk about it in my June wrap-up, but it's Rick Riordan, guys, and I just needed to pick it up because I love Rick Riordan. And speaking of Rick Riordan, I picked these two books up from Chapters because they're $6 each. And the first one is The Red Pyramid, and the second one is The Throne of Fire, both by Rick Riordan, which is his Red Pyramid series, which I haven't read for some reason. I haven't read this one, but like now I have them and I can read them, and I'm really looking forward to them because I'm really interested in Egyptian mythology as well. I just like all mythologies. I think they're interesting, and I just love seeing what people made up and what they believed in and that kind of thing. But yeah, and learning more about their gods. It's really interesting. But yeah, so gonna be hopefully reading these sooner than later. They're both quite large. Rick Riordan though, so kind of got to read them. Next up is one that I've seen around and it sounds really interesting, so I picked it up, and that is Dredd Nation by Justina Ireland. This is a alternate history of the Civil War where the South won and they got to keep their slaves, but there was also a zombie uprising, so they train they're slaves now to be military to fight the zombies because they don't want to do it and they have to protect their plant. So they have to protect their plantations. It sounds really interesting. I'm excited to read it. It just, you know, I love the cover. I don't know why I like zombies, but I like zombies. I don't like zombie movies. I like zombie books, but you know, it is what it is. Looking forward to reading this. It's kind of historical fiction plus a little bit of paranormal-ish stuff. It sounds like it's going to be fun, so I can't wait. Next up is The Home for Unwanted Girls by Joanna Goodman. This is based off of true events that happened in Canada, in Quebec. There are some girls put into orphanages, and it wasn't good. Like, as far as I can tell, it wasn't good. I'm really looking forward to reading this because it does have like that basis in history. My history teacher in high school really sucked, so I hated history then, but I love reading historical fiction and like finding out little twists on history. I've probably learned more through historical fiction because there is like historical fiction is normally based on fact, than I learned from my history teacher in high school. But like, I really am looking forward to reading this one. There's a lot of hype around it. And it just seems like something I'd really be interested in. And the final book that I picked up in the month of May was Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell. This is a thriller book. I've been really into thrillers this year, which is great because I didn't ever really read them before, and yeah, they're just been a lot of fun. But this one is about a mother whose daughter disappeared like 10 years ago or something like that, and she's been working on getting over that. Obviously her life has like just turned upside down after losing her daughter, because you know, I can understand, mine would too. But yeah, there's been like a new clue unearthed, so she's kind of being thrown back into the case, and it sounds interesting. It's a thriller. Looking forward to it. So yeah, these are the books that I picked up in the month of May. Hopefully I will get some of them read sooner than later because I really need to stop buying books. But you know what? I've already bought like about this many for June, so I'm hopeless. Hopeless, completely hopeless. But yeah, let me know down below if you have been wanting to read any of those and what one interests you the most, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!